everyone. Welcome to Mindful Crafts and More. I'm Katrina. If this is your first time checking out my channel, welcome. Take a look at this video or any of my other videos. If you find yourself inspired, join my channel. Those of you who are returning, welcome back. I really appreciate you just hanging out with me for a bit. So hi everyone. Today I am finishing up a project and I thought I would bring you guys along with me. So this project, I'm going to go into a little bit more detail later, but really all I need to do is the Kitchener stitch on the last part of it to close it up, and then I can show you what it's all about. So while I work on my WIP, why don't you guys go ahead and work on one yourself? So let's get to working, guys. I am back. And I have now completed my project and I would like to show you what I made. But before I do that, I want to just give you a little bit of background information so that you understand what inspired me and prompted me to make this item, okay? So I did do a sneak peek on my community page. So if you guys have checked it out, you kind of have seen part of it, you just didn't see it completed, all right? So now, this inspiration initially came from Darlene over at Discovering Knitting. I received a beautiful book from her, and I showed you a few of the items in there, but you don't know which one I made. All right. So this is the book that I received from Darlene called Knit the Alphabet. Okay. And it is just a beautiful book. And I like it because it gives you three different options on the item that you are making. You can choose to make it as a small item using fingering weight yarn. You can make a medium sized item using worsted weight yarn, or you can make a large item using the super bulky yarn. And that is just awesome that they give those three different options to make the same item. All right. And that being said, you can make it for different purposes. And that's just great. I love having the options. All right. So that inspired me as I looked through the book and saw the beautiful options in the way that it was written. All right, so I took the book and was really inspired, but I got busy and I put the book to the side for a little bit, okay? And then I happened to see in my email, as well as on the community page of a fellow Yarny friend and crafter by the name of Andrea over at Ola Joe, the Crocheting Sailor. So Andrea does a wonderful thing where she will post the commemorative days so that maybe it will inspire us, right? And I happened to see that and I thought, yes, that's right. It is a national day for that. And I have a pattern. Imagine that, right? So I got my book and I took a look at it and I looked around and found my yarn and I got to knitting. All right. Well, this particular day was on September the 8th. And I wasn't able to complete the project on September 8th, but that's okay. I still went ahead and proceeded with it. And I'm going to show it to you guys today. Okay. So, what National Day was on September the 8th, you say? It was National Ampersand Day. And so I made an ampersand. Isn't this adorable? I love it. And I really do think that it came out great. And yeah, imagine that. There is a National Ampersand Day, and it was on September the 8th. All right. Now, this pattern is a really beautiful pattern, and it actually started here. Okay. It started here, and then you basically are making a tube and you're learning how to do increases and decreases and how to do curves using short row techniques. And then once you've gotten your curves done, then they have you to split so that you have it open on either side. That way you can tunnel the plushie through there. Okay, then you connect it again and you're working in the round until you're ready to then get to the next point that you're going to intersect, and you do another split, and then you end off with it in the round. And as you saw earlier, I was doing the Kitchener stitch to close it up. All right, so it is a beautiful pattern. I love the way it came out, and I love the yarn. Okay, so I did not color control. This is all the yarn. Okay, so this is the front and this is the back. And I love it because I learned a whole lot as I was doing this small project. So I did choose the small. This is a fingering weight yarn, so category 1. And I used size 2 US 2 needles. Okay, so it normally will call for one in the pattern, but I used two, which was a 3 millimeter. Okay. All right. The yarn that I chose was this beautiful indigo quail sock yarn, and this is from Darn Good Yarn. Now, I don't think that this sock yarn is available anymore from Darn Good Yarn, but you may be able to get a hold of it if someone has some that they have not used. It is just beautiful in color, and this is it up close. And look at all those vibrant colors there, just so beautiful. It is a thin yarn, so you have to kind of be comfortable working with thin yarn and be comfortable working with thin needles, because again, here's my needles. They're very thin, but if you're accustomed to making socks and using the regular sock yarn, then you would be okay with this project. It's just, small. I actually did this project using just 2 DPNs for most of it. And my stitches were on the 2 DPNs, and then I used the third one to actually do the knitting. But of course, you can have a whole set and work it out that way. So yes, so that's what inspired me. Several of my Yarny friends, and I want to say thank you guys so much. You didn't realize you were being inspirational, but you really, really were. All right. So now, as I was inspired from them, I had to go ahead and return the favor and inspire someone as well. Now, when Darlene had these books that she was giving away, she had quite a few of them. And there was another book that she showed that I thought, that would be an awesome book. Now, that book was spoken for, so someone else was able to get that book and be inspired by it. But as she showed the book, I thought I have to have that book. So I went online and found it, and I ordered it. Okay. And it's called Weekend Knitting. Now, this book is awesome because it has tons and tons of beautiful patterns for everyone. Okay. And they're projects that shouldn't take you too long to make. And right off the bat, I see things that I know that I would love to be able to do, including a pullover that they're saying you could do in a weekend, right? So these are giving me ideas. I may or may not make the actual item that's here, but at least I'll be inspired by it. Here's a bag, okay? And so just beautiful book, and I'm sure that I will make something and show you guys this book from the inspiration at some point in the near future. But this is not the book that I gave away. I happened to be looking for this book and stumbled upon another book. And this book is the one that I shared. So it is called Knit Strips. And this is the book here. It is a beautiful and unique kind of book. And shall we say, almost even distinctive. So yes, I had to share this book, and I sent a copy of it to my dear friend Pricilla over at Distinctive Crochet. So this book is unique because it is presented in a very different way. They present it like it's a comic book, to be honest, and they call it interactive knitting. All right. And they show you techniques, they show you stitch patterns, and then they show you how to make stuff. So this one is, making this scarf right here. But it's in just a very different and unique way. And I just love it. I really do. Now, in addition to that, again, there are stitch patterns here. And a stitch pattern that, as when Pricilla got the book, she mentioned that there was a cable pattern in here. And it's a cable pattern similar to one that I have recently shown you guys. So it does include how to do this beautiful horseshoe cable, and I recently have shown you guys how to do the back-to-back cables as well as how I did the bind off and pattern, and I love it. Now, I did it in a round. In the book, it shows you how to do it when you are knitting flat, and I believe it's for a sweater or something like that, but just beautiful. And this is the completed green one that I was working on that I showed you guys. Now, you may notice that here, compared to here, this is using the Just Cotton, which is a thinner worsted weight cotton, and this one is using um, the Peaches and Cream yarn, which is a thicker worsted weight. And I do like the way this one has turned out. It's more dense, and the stitches, I think, pop a lot better. So I may make these again, and if I use the same yarn, I may change my needle size. I may go down a needle size, and then I may just add more stitches in between my cables so that my overall circumference will be fine, since the size does matter because this is a cozy. So in doing that, it will make the stitches pop better, okay? But yes, beautiful. And there is a pattern to make these kind of cables in this book. All right. So I had to share, and I hope that it inspires, and I hope it inspires you guys too. All right. So yes, there's a National Ampersand Day. How about that? Who would have thought? So thank you so much for the inspiration, Darlene. Thank you so much for the inspiration, Andrea. And thank you so much, Pricilla, for always being inspiring. And I hope that this book is inspiring to you as well. So that's all I have for today for this portion. Let's go ahead and take a look at the puzzle solution for the last video that included a puzzle. And this is what I came up with. And this is the puzzle for today. So once again, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you for watching my videos, for giving me a thumbs up, for leaving me a comment in the comment section, for all the well wishes and encouragement and support. I thank you. I want each and every one of you to be mindful, to do everything you can to be at your best health. And by all means, guys, be crafty every day. I'll see you again soon in my next video, or maybe one of yours. Bye-bye now.